Wind them up. Dum, 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 dum. There we go. They're off. A little music to warm us up.
Don't claim to know your story, don't even have my own. In the search for glory, gone with them sacred rules of old. They went missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads, sitting doing time. Preacher man discovered, passed down from saint to sage, like a kind-hearted lover who's been lost on this stage. Went missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads, sitting doing time. Crossroads, sitting doing time. Junkie and the jigger just seen who done the crime. Captain pulled the trigger, guess who's doing time? They went missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads, is he yours or is he mine? Don't claim to know your story, don't even have my own. In our search for glory, gone with them sacred rules of old. We're missing down Highway 49. Devil's at the crossroads, sitting doing time. Devil's at a crossroads, joker's doing fine. Just sitting doing time.
And there we are. Music is running early today, along with everything else. It's not so bad when you're running early. Things can look pretty dang good when you're running early. And is that picking me up correctly? Hard to say. Oh, I got to pick my voice up. That's what it is. Need to get out the talking. So what do we got? Nobody here yet? Well, maybe. I don't know. No, always seems like there's a bot watching the whole time you're recording. It's kind of an interesting bit. Well, let's go live here. Start prepping up for the show. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to anybody showing up and enjoying it. For those of you that come into the live stream, hey, feel free to leave comments. I will respond to them as I can. So makes for a more interesting, interactive show. All right, that wraps it up. It is time to take it live. It's episode 402, and I've got plugins for live chatting, members directory, world time, content creation, and classic press options. All coming up next on WordPress Plugins from A to Z. WordPress. It's the most popular content management and website solution on the internet. And with over 80,000 plugins to choose from, how do you separate the junk from the gems? Join us for a weekly, unrehearsed conversation about the latest and greatest in WordPress plugins. This is WordPress Plugins from A to Z. Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you happen to be hiding out there on the globe today. Coming to you direct from the brewery overlooking beautiful Victoria, British Columbia, Canada. I'm John Overall. And of course, I have the usual great show for you today, but right off the top, I want to put out a public service announcement. And what it is I am the chair of a local charity organization here, and the sister organization that I work with needs a webmaster for their website, someone to manage it. We're looking for a pro bono person who would like to manage a WordPress website. If you're interested in this, please send me an email to john@wppro.ca, and I will get all the information and communicate back and forth with you if you want to pick it up. So looking forward to it. And of course, right off the top, you can get all the show notes over at wppplugins.com. And if you got a couple of minutes, I greatly appreciate your time over at Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and the iTunes Store, subscribing to the show and leaving reviews. You can also catch the show every Thursday at noon live on YouTube, and that's where you can also subscribe to all the videos and other items that we have there. So please check it out. You can also follow me on Twitter at WPPlugins A to Z. Join me on our Facebook page at wppluginsa2z.com/Facebook, or take a couple of minutes and sign up to the newsletter on our website, where there's even more information that goes out on a weekly basis there. Stuff that's not covered in the show. With all that being said, it's time to dive right into the meat and potatoes of the show. All right, and I have the usual great set of plugins for you today. And to start off, I have a couple of plugins that I have not tested, but were sent to me by developers. So I thought you might like to know they exist. I never get a chance to test them. I don't have projects for them, but they look to be of use and value to those of you in the community who may be doing work like this that these plugins apply to. The first one I have for you was sent in by Bianca Allery, and it's called Live Chat and Talk. This is a plugin that will connect your WordPress site through a 3CX live chat phone system. You need to have the 3CX phone system installed. 3CX is a piece of software that allows for VoIP, VoIP setup of phone systems, and you can integrate that then into this plugin and integrate it into your website so that people could do live chatting and talking. Maybe you're chatting, you need to raise it up to a phone call, get them to call. They don't have to call you. You can call them. There's lots of connectivity in this, but you do have to have this phone system installed for the plugin to work. It does look like an interesting tool, and if you're running a big enough website where you have these kind of questions and other stuff and you're communicating with your visitors on a regular basis, this could be an additional tool for you to add that extra level of customer appreciation and customer connectiveness for your website. So it's something that may allow you to connect with your customers better. So make sure you check this plugin out. It's called Live Chat and Talk, and currently I give it a 3 dragon rating. Go check it out. The next item I've got for you here was sent in by Richard Taylor, and this is a membership software. It's a third-party plugin access to your WordPress website. This is a third-party service. It ranges from free if you have less than 50 members to $239 a month if you have 10,000 members, and the prices are varied in between. The costs vary, of course, depending on the number of members you have, and it offers up a lot of the services you would need for running a membership site. Now, I have my reservations about using third-party services. I've never been a fan of sticking my content into somebody else's system. I've seen it too many times over the years where a great third-party service appears, you get content, you build up with them, they become successful, they get bought out by a competitor or something, the competitor kills them, your information gets rolled into a new system, all of a sudden what you're used to isn't there, or there's a possibility they could just go away. The problem of handing your data over to a third-party system. You got to make sure that you can retrieve that data in a usable fashion that you can then take elsewhere. So that's something to check out with something like this, especially something as important as a membership site, because you could have some really important data there. So anyway, it looks to be a great service. It does offer up everything you need, such as an events calendar, online payment systems, member directories, all of the little bits and pieces for running a membership site. Now, again, the content's not on your site. It's contained on their site. Your website just interfaces with that website. So you got to think about how that's going to work for you. At any rate, go check it out if you're looking for a membership solution that you don't have to go through a lot of headache to deal with. Check out Membership Works, and I currently give it a 3 dragon rating. Okay, this podcast is currently brought to you by...
Take the work and worry out of maintaining and caring for your WordPress website. JohnOverall.com has 20 plus years experience and offers hosting, maintenance programs, emergency support, and more to keep your site up to date and running smoothly. We offer free estimates and only bill you for the time used, not by the block. While you're caring for your business, let JohnOverall.com care for your website. Think of us when you think of WordPress. Visit JohnOverall.com.
Absolutely. Come see me when you're tired of WordPress hosting that slows you down. And for WordPress hosting that won't slow you down, visit johnoverall.com. Get premium hosting with all the resources you need. Currently also, we are running a contest, and the contest ends today at midnight. You'll want to check it out. I'll be announcing the winner in the next show. It is for the Simple Giveaways plugin. And this here... Oh, no, it's not for the Simple Giveaways plugin. What am I thinking? Brain. Okay, this contest are powered by the Simple Giveaways plugin, who kindly provide us with the premium plugin for the website. What we are giving away is a 1-year expert license for Graph Comment, which is a free, powerful commenting system that makes for easy discussions, easy reading, and helps keep the trolls under the bridge where they belong and off your website. No more disorganized discussions piled on several pages. With Graph Comment, your audience can easily follow the discussions. One of the great things about this plugin is all the data stays on your website. So if ever you decide to leave them, you just revert back to the regular commenting system and you don't lose any of that data, such as if you were using, I can't remember the comment plugins that do that, the ones that take the data off your site. So you'll want to go check them out. More information about this plugin is over at graphcomment.com. Make sure you get in there, enter the contest today, and we'll be drawing the winners first thing tomorrow morning. So thank you very much for all of those who have been participating in our contest, and we will have another one coming up shortly hereafter. Okay. Next plugin I have up for you is called CoolClock, a JavaScript analog clock. Now, I know a few episodes back I talked about a few different clock plugins, and I had settled on what I thought was a really great clock plugin for a project I was working on, where I needed to display multiple clocks in a widget to showcase the project I'm working on with their multiple offices across the globe. And I needed to showcase that in a very nice, clean way. And I thought I'd found it. It worked well on my test site. When I went to put it on the development site, I couldn't get it to work, and I was having problems, and I didn't find it for a little while, but it was a jQuery error, and it was conflicting with the Foo Gallery, and the Foo Gallery was a must-use plugin. So I had to revert back, and I decided, well, let's go back through that list of clocks I'd looked at and see if one I missed. Well, this one I missed in the system. I needed something that would able to produce multiple clocks with shortcodes, set up multiple time zones, give a very clean look. This one here was even better than the first one I looked at. It gives you this really nice skins that you can choose from for your clocks. It can set up with a shortcode, so you can set up multiple clocks within one widget block. And you can also take this one here, and it's got another function that the other didn't have. And that when you set up dial clocks and people see the dials, they don't know if it's AM or PM, just off the dials of the clock. And with international time zones that I'm setting up, there's some zones that would be in the AM, some in the PM. Well, this one here has another added thing that you can turn on that turns on a little digital function, which is in the middle of the clock face, that tells the time in digital format and sets it for AM, PM. Really nicely done, nicely laid out. Excellent plugin. It's free, sets up well, functions, and it played well with the other plugins using jQuery, which was a major bonus. So go check this one out. It's CoolClock, a JavaScript analog clock, and I give it a 5 dragon rating. Okay, and listener feedback, I would really love some. Just hit me up on the contact page up on WP Plugins, A-to-Z.com. You can also get the SpeakPipe down in the lower right-hand corner of the website and leave me a SpeakPipe voice message. I'll play it out for everyone to hear, answer your questions, all kinds of stuff. Think of it as a way to gain some insights from an expert and save money. Show donors, this show here is a value for value model, meaning if you get any value out of it, please give some value back. In that vein, I like to acknowledge those who have supported the show in the past. All donations $50 and over get their note read out, and for those below $50, they remain anonymous, and I thank you very much for your support of the show. I'd like to thank this week for those from Patreon with the small donations you're providing. Much appreciated. And if you'd like to support me through Patreon, just click the link in the show notes to take you to the Patreon location. Preferably just go to WPPlugins, A-to-Z.com/donate and donate to the show. All the donations go to support the show and the things I do, such as transcripts, server bandwidth, etc. So thank you very much to everyone out there. Hey, next plugin I have up here for you is called Edit Flow. Now, this plugin here is one that would be very useful. You might be able to use it for yourself too if you're a single author, but this seems to be mostly usable if you have multiple authors on your site. I have a client currently, we just launched their site. They have 5 people in their office, all of them contributing content, all of them doing it through separate login accounts so that they know who's creating the content. But there's still one overall person who manages the content and makes sure it's happening. This is a plugin to help you do that. It allows you to set up a workflow so that you can set up on here an edit flow that will allow you to go from the point of conception to completion. It has a calendar you can set up so when certain content is due. You can set up custom statuses for the content, if it's in edit, if it needs a review, if it needs a rewrite, if it needs to be published, set up all these different things. It offers up the ability to add editorial comments that get passed and back and forth with the notes so that if someone says, hey, take a look at this and read it, the person who reads it can then leave editorial comments, making suggestions on how to change it and make it better. It's a really nice way to gain control of all your editorial content on your website, and something you will want to have a look at and check out. Really nice little plugin. It seems to flow quite nicely from the free version. They do have a couple of premium support pieces in it that could be of help with you. So go check this out. It's called Edit Flow, and currently I give it a 4 dragon rating. Okay, and finally, we have Classic Press options here for you. And of course, since the release of Gutenberg and its fallout, Classic Press has been gaining ground. And I've noticed lately it's gaining ground at even more rates. And after this last week's fiasco with WordPress, and if you haven't heard about that, just go Google Jetpack and inserting ads. That'll probably give you exactly what you need. So anyway, I imagine Classic Press will gain a few more people. At any rate, this week here, I have a plugin specifically for Classic Press. They now have a list of plugins on the Classic Press forums that will allow you to search up and see plugins that are written specifically for Classic Press, not just for WordPress and Classic Press, but pure Classic Press. This week here, what I have for you here is called Registration Honeypot. And this is a plugin that allows you to go in, plug it in, turn it on. It adds a hidden input into the Classic Press registration form. And if the input contains any data when the form is submitted, the account won't be created. This is a spammer prevention tool. I'm beginning to wonder, does this exist for WordPress? Because it would be a really nice tool to have, because I have sites that the spammers just won't leave alone. So at any rate, this is a very nice tool, fantastic, and free plugins that just work, do a job and do it right. Only one thing for them. This gives a 5-dragon rating. Go check it out. Registration Honeypot. Okay, well, that wraps up the plugins for this week. I covered up the live chat and talk, which I gave a 3 to. The membership software, which I gave a 3 to, the CoolClock, which I gave a 5 to, and then the edit flow, which I gave a 4 to, and then the registration honeypot, which I gave a 5 to. And once more time, I'd like to give a special shout out to Steve Schmidt at nowowl.com for his donation of the WP plugin A to Z logo. Thank you very much. Also, the next WordPress meetup, which if you didn't catch it, you can go catch last night's WordPress meetup, which was a presentation on WordPress SEO 101. And the next meetup is going to be on May 21st. And the subject has yet to be determined. In fact, I might have a different speaker for that night, which would be cool for me. I mean, one last presentation for me to actually prepare for. So go check it out. The information can be found at wppluginsa2z.com/meetup for all the information for that. Be sure to subscribe and check out the YouTube channel, where you'll find training videos, screencasts, and of course, the live show here every week. And a final note to developers: if you'd like to support the show and you'd like to donate a premium license to be used for future contests, please go to wppluginsa2z.com/plugin contest. Or if you would like to have a plugin reviewed, just go to wppluginsa2z.com/plugin review to get a plugin reviewed. Submit it. You don't have to be a developer to submit a plugin you think should be reviewed. And one final reminder just about the fact that I am looking for a WordPress developer who would like a pro bono project. I am stacked to the gills with my pro bono projects. I can't take on another one anymore. Full on that. At any rate, it is for a health cooperative, and it is a really great local organization here in Victoria. If you would like to support and help them out in some way, please get a hold of me and I will get you hooked up with all the information to manage and maintain the site. That's pretty much all I've got for you. So thank you all for tuning in and listening to the show today. I greatly appreciate your time. You all have fun. Take care. Bye-bye.
Reminders for the show. All the show notes can be found at wppluginsa2z.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the Friday newsletter for more useful information delivered directly to your inbox. WP Plugins A to Z is a show that offers honest and unbiased reviews of plugins created by developers because you support the show. Help keep the show honest and unbiased by going to wppluginsa2z.com/donate and set the donation level that fits your budget. Help us make the show better for you by subscribing and reviewing the show at Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and in the iTunes Store. You can also watch the show live on YouTube, check out the screencasts and training videos, and remember to subscribe and hit the bell to get notifications of all new videos. Also, follow the show on Twitter at WP Plugins A to Z. John can be reached at his website at johnoverall.com or send him an email, john@wppro.ca. Thanks for joining us and have a great day.
Thanks for listening to the show. This show is copyright by johnoverall.com. So until next time, have yourselves a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you happen to be out there on the globe today.
All right. Well, you all have a good one. I really appreciate anyone who shows up or watches the live video. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Take care now. Bye-bye.